right? Not the usual 2355. Okay. So be careful of this. Right, just submit one day earlier and you should be fine. Yeah, so far, around one quarter is already submitted. Okay, let's move on to task 2. Launching the man-in-the-middle attack. So using the ICMP redirect attack, in fact we have already achieved this. You notice that now because of our redirect attack, our victim, when the victim actually wants to send message to the destination, the victim actually go through the malicious router. Alright, the victim go through the malicious router. Okay. So all packets from the victim machine to this destination will be routed through the malicious router, and now we want to modify the victim's packet. So before we launch the man-in-the-middle attack, let's just review the whole task before we try out the experiments. Alright, we start a TCP client and server using the netcat. So we have actually used this netcat before. Remember we used it before in Lab 2. So on the destination container, the 60.5, you run the nc-lp. So this one will open up port 9090, TCP port 9090, and is waiting for client, right, connected. So it acts as a server. Then on your victim containers, you run the NC together with the IP address to the destination, which to the server, with the port number 9090. Actually, now we can try out. Okay, you see that we actually open a lot of container until sometimes I was a bit confused. Let me just look at this. Okay, this is my victim. This is my victim. Control C to stop it. This is my attacker. So now I also want to enter the 60.5. So let me split again. So the 60.5 in my case is CV. Okay. So this machine is alright on the destinations containers. I will run the NC command. Alright, I'm just merely running this and I'm going to stop this. Then on the victim containers, right, connect to the server. You're going to use the same port, right? So 9090. Okay, so it works. I just want to check that it actually works. So on my left side is actually the victim. Right side is actually the destination. So I both sides. Okay, on the left side, I Control C to quit both. Which is actually stated in here, in your task 2. So once the connection is made, you can actually type messages on the victim machines. That's actually what happens. It just basically looks like a chat program. So your task is to replace every occurrence of your first name, alright, in a message with a sequence of A. The sample program given to you is actually the seed types. You can change it to your names. So the length of a sequence should be the same as that of your first name. Okay, if not you will mess up the TCP sequence numbers. Not to worry too much on this, alright, you're not going to submit anything. So in the setup, the malicious routers, IP forwarding is actually enabled. Malicious routers. So it does a function, right, like a routers, and you go forward packets. So, but when you launch the man-in-the-middle attack, you launch it in the malicious router. Alright, you launch it in the malicious router. You have to stop forwarding. You make a change, then you send out a new packet. So we will disable the IP forwarding. But we don't do this first, but later we will disable running this one. This one also means that I got to have another container to log, to go in, alright, to my malicious router. For my case it's 07. Okay, run out of space. Move a little bit. Okay, I just do it on top, sir. Alright, the malicious router is 07. Okay. Alright, so sometimes it's really too many containers. You gotta be very careful. Because sometimes the experiment doesn't work is because we run it in the wrong container. Alright, sometimes this is very common because just too many of them. So MITM code. So once the IP forwarding is disabled, your program will take over. Alright, so we'll use a sniff and spoof technique to implement this MITM architecture. It's pretty similar to what we have actually done before. Right, we actually provide sample, sniff and spoof packets. Make some changes. So this code is actually correct. There's a running code. So if you look at this code, so we have run something similar like this before. So the packet is actually you run the sniff function. Right, the interface is ETH0. You run this piece of code in your malicious router. The filter you got to change it slightly. Right, you got to remove. Sorry, not remove, but you do not want those packets that are coming out from the malicious router. Okay. Then the spoof, alright, the spoof packet is actually from here. So just functions. You will have a new packet, which is getting from original packets. Then you remove the checksums and the payloads. So if the original payload, alright, this one is if there is original payload, then you replace it with a new pattern. So you use the adopt replace. Alright, so here you actually use a Scape's packet payload.load inside here, and here actually use the data.replace. So if you run a seed labs, alright, you'll be changed to all 8. So in seed labs, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 characters. So you have 8A here. You can just change it to any other things. Then you send the new packet, load it with the new data, which is here. New packet is here, new data is here. If you remove the checksum, they will regenerate a new one for you. Then you send it up. Alright. The things that I have shown you just now. Alright, merely I just run it and not. If the source address is equal to the malicious router, I put a MAC on here, then you should actually do not filter this. Sorry, you filter it out. You do not want it. Because if not, you will have a lot. You will have a lot. So basically, we just run not ether. The source address is actually itself. Okay. The rest of the code are actually the same. So here actually put a note, alright, this code actually captures all TCP packets, including the one generated by the program. You will have a lot of packets. Okay, so let's try the attack first. Alright, let's try the attack. Alright, first I will check my malicious router's Ethernet address. I just want to confirm is the last part is 6F. Alright, so this is correct. This is correct. Okay, maybe I should just follow the name. The name actually said MITM sample.py. Oh, I already have this. Okay, I'm gonna change it a little bit. Copy to my modules folder. To run this, first you got to run your redirect attack. Alright, you got to run the redirect. My suggestion is you possibly want to run the netcat first. Right, so everything is there. Run the netcat first. So netcat open up the port 9090 in the destinations. Let the victim connect. Okay, so it's running. Then what do we do? Alright, then from the victim, again you do a continuous ping. Alright, victim, do a continuous ping. Okay. You do the continuous ping already. In your attacker machines, alright, attacker machines, run the first ICMP redirect attack. Run the redirect attack. Okay, run a few times so that it should be fine. Right, actually you should go back to check the cache. Right, you should actually go back to check the cache. But I think this should be fine, so I didn't check the cache. Now I got to open up another app to check the cache again. It's kind of a little bit troublesome, but means I can do it quickly. So. I could actually run it. Then my victim machine is actually 4.3. Alright, it's actually 4. Alright, so it's correct. So I still have like 447 seconds. So then now I can actually launch my man-in-the-middle attack in the malicious router, right? In the malicious router. Okay, so I launch a man-in-the-middle attack. So now, oh sorry, there's one thing that I didn't do yet. I haven't turned off the IP forwarding. Let me show you without turning off the IP forwarding. It doesn't change the seed labs to AAA. It doesn't change. Okay. So I got to stop the attack. I got to turn off. Alright, I got to turn off the IP forwarding. That's one. Alright, turn it off. In the malicious router, right, turn it off. Run the attack again. So now if I actually type seed labs, alright, it actually changed to all A. Okay? It's actually the same, it's similar to what we have seen in the ARP poisoning. Right, the kind of attack. But now we actually use ICMP redirect attack. Again, if you look at my screen, it's actually a little bit confusing. I have my 6 VM in this two screen. I have my malicious router here, malicious router container, victim containers, destination containers, attacker containers. Okay. So although it's actually kind of confusing because too many containers, but this actually makes this easy to see nowadays. Alright, if not, if you are going to run 6 containers, our laptop may not be able to support.
That's your voice.
Or you gotta use real machine learning. Real machine most likely if you go to groups like that,
This is the final
we need
presentation.
to actually set up routers.
Technical document, I think this one.
So the containers actually make it convenient. Alright. So again, I will stop a while to see whether you have any questions.
What happened? Ah.
今天就我没有跑掉哦，昨天那个是很 stay 的。你陪我走啊？
Wait, your supervisor asked you to submit the regulatory. So right, your supervisor, he asked you to submit every day, every week. Oh, why my supervisor don't ask for the regulatory?
You want it to be also
I think
you log in and then
yeah. Oh yeah. Does Singapore ask for your regulatory? No. Every week. This right. Oh, this one is your supervisor. Give you one, right? Oh, this one is the secretary. What? Wow, need to submit this. What really? Wow, your supervisor need so many things here. Your supervisor asked you to do things. Yeah. Yeah, true. True.
Thursday weekend.
You want to modify the November inside. So maybe this one can add member. Change to update member so that I can add members in my dashboard. And remove the so second can update is just like
Okay, in order for the man to project, redirect. Okay, I think because your this one, so it stopped at Malaysia's traffic. So it should work. I think there's one here.
Based on the tradition, just based on just our tradition.
Actually, still can you turn on the IP forwarding first? Then run, then can you turn on then you run?
No, we just based on tradition. This one, that's just based on the tradition. So what is the key? You will do the you know actually what is it? What kind of side things? Python for the statistical analysis.
Okay, then you look at the questions. Right, especially your Q4. Right? In your main in the middle and net program, so you only need to capture the traffic in one direction. So if you look at this, right, if you look at this diagram, you see basically now the message, alright, is you are actually doing man in the middle attacks on your victims. You're doing in the victims. So what it means is if the victims actually want to send to the destinations, right, you will actually go through your malicious router. Okay. Then it actually go to the routers and it go to your destination. But when the destination actually reply back, it actually doesn't need to go to the malicious routers. The destination reply is, let me use the highlighters. Your victims actually do this way. Let me just remove everything first. You do it this way. Then from here, go to here. Then from here, come out here. This is one direction. The return packets may not need to go through this because you actually didn't do any redirect attacks on the destinations. The return packet, anyway, it can't also because it cannot reach the malicious router. The return packet is actually this way. Come to here. Straight away, go to here. Alright? It never passed through your malicious router. That's why your capturing is only one direction. It's only from the victim to the destination. Destination reply back actually bypass your malicious router. This is because of the way that the Docker files and the Docker Compose file is set up. Alright. Right, for question 5, you can actually test it out. Basically, you can actually just put the source. Your either source is your MAC address, or your IP source is actually an IP address. But of course, if you want to do that, you need to put a MAC address and IP address on here. Okay. You can test it out on question 5. Right, generally when we do the ICMP redirect attacks, we actually filter by the IP address. Right, if the IP address is static, Alright, so this is the experiment. Then for the files, alright, for the files that are actually put on like the N3, if you want to try it out for the C programming, the okay, I don't think I want to load this because then I need to stop my lecture just in case some actually want to didn't get the results yet, and easier if I still have that. This file you can actually sort of like compile it, right? Run the GCC, right? Run the GCC, compile it, change this BR, change this BR. Okay. You need to change the network interface. You got to change this. So if you run C programming, it's a little bit troublesome. You need to have your Ethernet header, your IP header, the TCP header. This part is like if you to look at which particular sort of like the protocols. Is it a UDP? Is it an ICMP? Or is it TCP? Then there's a part actually on the filters. If you want to filter by ICMP, we put our ICMP and right IP host and another IP host to capture traffic in between the 10905 and like the Google DNS servers. So you can compile this. You can actually run it in the attacker containers. Right, run this one. Alright, to test it, you can actually use your 10905, that's Lab3, alright, 10905 and Google, so you can actually try to 8888, then you should actually display. Please just comment on this one. If you want to test the telnet, then you use the TCP and the port range 10 to 100. So telnet is 23, so it's reading. Alright, it's reading. If not, you can run the netcat, the NC command to test it out. Okay, so the basically is this part that you can play around, the filter. And the Ethernet address, you got to change it, alright, the interface address.
Ming Han got C or PRD.
Yeah, we last week we show him.
Then he said okay.
Sorry?
He said okay.
He said it's okay, but the time that we show him, right, the business model, we don't have the business model, so he asked to add that
So
one.
the other one that I
Although he
post,
doesn't
right, you
quite
got
say anything about our PRD.
let me see.
Because we asked him to go through our PRD, he never go through.
Yeah,
Then
it's
there are
also
more
the same.
things to
He doesn't
do the
really like go
spoof,
through the
right, to do the
PRD.
spoof.
Yeah, other group have
This is actually the spoof.
Yeah, that's why
And the
quite weird, yeah.
right, you got
I
change
keep
the
asking him, then he say
interface.
this Friday again, like then he go through. I don't know whether
He is going to meet you guys again on Friday.
yeah,
This Friday?
yeah.
I see.
I don't know, like he don't want to see our PRD.
Quite weird, strange, yeah. He also don't give
Okay,
us
this
the
one is actually
project,
pertaining to the ICMP, the same
supervisor project plan. But at
as
least he
the
didn't
Python
ask for
program
our
that we
reflected
have actually
data
test
affiliate.
out. When you actually receive, when you send to whichever IP address, you will give you back a reply. Alright, so you run this code
He
again
just
in
only asked a
your
few
attacker.
questions, only specific parts he wants to see.
So if it actually receive the ICMP echo request, it will send back the ICMP echo reply. Okay, you'll send back. You'll send back the ICMP echo reply the type. So you will have the same effect as the Python programs. Again, you can actually compile the code using GCC. Alright. So if you want to test it out, you can test it out on this section in your lab3 folders. Alright, the task. Okay. Alright, so if you look at the timeline, next week we are having two labs also. Alright, 2 labs also. My suggestion is you look ahead, alright, for the labs. Okay, because your lecturer, right, Fu Chun actually said that there's no coding, right? There's no coding. Actually, put out here, no coding. So how important is the lab for your exams? I'm not sure, right? Because this is the first run that he revamped almost everything, right, on this part. So the exam, if you really have anything, you got to ask him, or you got to check with him. Okay, he's in Australia, so how do you check with him? You just send email to him. I know nothing about the exam. Alright. Yeah. He cannot tell me also because based on policies, year 3, Wang Gong's professor, they are not supposed to tell the local tutors on the exams. For year 3 modules.
Yeah, but he got mentioned that one.
But then I think the lab is actually interesting or fun to let you recap some of the concepts. It may not be all related, but it's actually interesting to try out. So for next week, right? Next week is actually lab 5 and lab 6. My suggestion is lab 5 and lab 6 actually have quite a number of tasks, especially lab 6. So lab 5 is the TCP attack. So you get to run things like DOS like that. Right, okay. Which I think is pretty fun. Of course, don't run it on a production machines. Anyway, if you run your machines over a production, let's say commercial websites, you will not have any effect. Right, you need to run tens or thousands of machines together, DOS attack, and you will feel something like. So again, DOS attack is illegal, alright? Don't try on any other people network other than yourself. Alright? Don't run it on a neighbor's network also, that's also illegal. So this lab 5, alright, we will play something with the TCP sync front. We will look at like session hijacking and things like this. So take a look at this. Again, lab 5 network is different, right? Go back to like simpler like this. So take a look at the lab sheet because a number of stuff also right on here. Possibly you ought to run something using the C programming code also. Then lab 6. Lab 6 is actually pretty long. Right? It's actually talking about firewall. Okay. Basically, we use IP tables. IP tables. IP table you can actually act as a firewall in the Linux machines. So this is a pretty long lab. So again, the network lab actually go back to something like this. It's similar to today, but not exactly the same. It doesn't have a malicious routers. So you got to look at okay, this part there are certain things that we got to look at the C programming. Try the simple kernel modules and things like this. So that use a net filter. Yes, there's a C code. Then the other part is using the IP tables, stateless firewall rules. So read ahead, so that when you come to the class, it's easier for you to follow. Okay, so these are the two labs that you will be doing for next week. Okay, so I will be here. Alright, I'll be here. If you face any problems on lab 4, you let me know.
Doesn't end yet. Sorry. I'm not sure. I think it's about to end. Yeah.
That's yours book.
This choice is first choice.
Sorry, what?
Your FYP choice.
FYP, I don't remember. Or actually, I don't remember if this is my first choice or second choice for my topic.
Cause ours last choice.
It's the last one.
Yeah, we got the last one.
I remember I picked three. One is chatbot, another one is show and tell, then third is face activation. Don't remember it's the first, second, or third.
Then Ming had approved your business idea already.
Yeah, we already discussed that with Min Han because he asked to find a real life problem that implement this technology to solve implement technology. So he said already approved, but you need to think how you are going to generate revenue if you make this thing like that. That's the only feedback that we got from the last meeting.
Oh, that means your group is quite good now. Like you don't really even comment much hours. He want us to do some PhD project. Like we need to find power consumption in phone.
Oh.
Then that one already crazy already. Then plus we need measurement of thermal. We need those oscilloscope to measure all this. He still want us to proceed. He said the CVE all got say all this.
Like what the CV? What does it mean?
It's like the things that already happened before. It's a record of those things like power consumption spike. Then got side China attack everything.
Oh yeah. Yours is like
but don't have. When we check GPT, only got 4 articles. Not even power consumption.
Oh man. Yeah, biometric is quite. You need to really think from the security aspect. Like try to protect from every kind of attack.
Then we keep telling him we cannot do this. way really. We need like a simpler way, like a library of medication, and then he say it's very trivial.
Mm. Oh.
He himself can do this PhD project.
Wow. Oh man.
That's why we keep telling him we also no time already. Then our PRDs already focus on that direction. Now he wants us to go back to
Ah, wow, it's very complicated.
so we don't know.
So cumbersome.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I didn't choose that topic.
Yeah, he will never choose that. So totally got no market research at all.
Yeah, biometric is. It's like predicting that if you close one eye only, like your whole thing got breached.
Yeah.
Whole thing got breached. One slip.
Then he want us to find the threshold, you know, like the threshold, like when you program it, it hits that threshold, then it will wipe out the phone, your user, or like it will lock the phone or disable the phone.
For example, like you try to like enter the pin 5 times, then it will lock. Try again.
Something like that, but ours is biometric.
Sorry, what?
Ours is biometric data.
Oh, so you mean like fingerprint 5 times fail?
Not 5 times fail. Like when it's involving a side channel attack.
Side channel attack. So you're going to test this program against side channel attacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are the attacks are made in the middle, side channel? We need to like.
Side channel got a lot of power consumption, got timing, got catch, got a lot of SQL injection.
So many kinds of attacks.
Yeah.
Consider. You need to protect.
This one die. I don't know
Wow.
where we going. Then he still haven't looked through our PLE. He tell us to go through this power consumption thing research.
Yeah, deadline is 2 days late. 2 days left. We need to submit this on this Saturday.
Yeah, we already do almost everything. Like we got our Gantt chart, everything ready, but then we don't know like the business thing. Ours don't really have business.
But no choice. I think every team, right, no matter the supervisor or assessor, need to create the business model. So you need to like.
Yeah, at least you need to go through with us. You only keep telling us like power consumption and everything, but where we already find it, but how to do it?
Okay, remember, don't hack your neighbor's Wi-Fi. I know some of you also from possibly the technical hacking modules. So I believe your instructor should have actually reviewed them, just to highlight them. Because if you hack your neighbor's Wi-Fi, it's considered unauthorized use. It is the most serious case. Is 3 years. 3 years. I mean, you are still young, but still 3 years. Yeah. That's the max.
Computer Misuse Act. She accepted. But year 1 take diploma. But year 1 is diploma here.
Remember, don't hack the NSMAC website. 20 years. Right, don't change your activity record.
20 years. Exact 1,000. For example, for laptop using 20 years.
真的就是20头而已，不红了。我觉得我老了。没有像以前这样可以熬夜了。 just like comment on your Insta story. Influence your friend. Okay. Once you reply, right, press forward. You look for